Hello, lords and ladies of YouTube, and welcome back to Nightly Gaming's Nightly Gaming and another episode of Kickstarter Roundup. So, moving right into the featured games of the week, I want to first talk about a game called Slipstream by Noctet Studio. So their headline reads, Racing game inspired by classics of the arcade era. Well, this game definitely kind of lives up to that description. It has a nice retro look to it, has the same camera angle and things like that as old school games. So if you missed old style racing games, and you're not a big fan of the new shiny high-def graphics and you want something a little bit more pixelated and retro, then this game could be for you. So if you're interested in backing them, there is 14 days left for you to do so, and I will leave a link for you in the description down below. But with that, we'll move on to our second game of the week, which is Code Defense by Ivan Craddock. So their headline reads, Code Defense is an educational video game that teaches basic computer programming. No previous experience necessary. So this game just looks interesting, but first off, I want to mention that they do have a playable demo. The playable demo works well, is engaging, is quite a bit of fun, and playable demos are always a good thing to see on a Kickstarter. It shows you that they actually got something going. But the game is interesting to play. I enjoy tower defense games in general, and it has tower defense gameplay. Basically, you have to do coding to make your towers, and tell them what they do and things like that. And it's quite enjoyable. I enjoy the idea of educational games as well, especially one that can teach you coding, at least basic coding. Something that I've always wanted to do but never gotten around to doing. So it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're interested in backing them, there's 21 days left to do so, and a link down in the description below. Moving on to our third game, I want to talk about a game called Refuge by Fox Rogers. So their headline reads, 2 players, 1 survivor. Outlive, outlast, outrun. So the premise of this game seems to be 2 players are dropped into some sort of setting where they have to try and survive. And the goal is to make sure the other player dies first. So you can either go and kill them yourself, or you can kind of wait for the game itself to kill them and you just focus on surviving. So it seems like an interesting idea that kind of mixes up the traditional player versus player mechanics, where instead of just fighting and competing that way, you can almost play the game like it's a first person, not first person, a one-player game, where you're simply just trying to survive the environment and hoping that you can do a better job than the other person. So it's an interesting concept. It also has some nice stylized, fairly basic graphics. It's kind of a nice, weird gray monochrome type style, which I actually find kind of interesting and adds a nice atmosphere to the game. But if you're interested in backing them, there is 27 days left to do so, and I will leave a link for you down in the description below. Moving on to our recommended game to back for the week, though, I want to talk about a game called Tokyo Warfare by the Tokyo Warfare Project. So their headline reads, Arcade tank battles in the streets of Japan. So this game is basically just a fun, anime-inspired tank battle game with over-the-top kind of fights. Has a kind of nice, that arcade feel, which is what they were going for. It's also a VR game, and the fact that it's a VR game actually makes it interesting to me because it's going to create a very engaging tank battle feel, because you're going to actually feel like you're looking into some kind of a periscope or something, aiming your tank. And as you're driving it around and things like that, you don't have to worry about any kind of movements. You'll just have to have some kind of controller to steer, and it's going to feel fairly good, I would imagine, to drive around a tank and shoot things. Plus, I do enjoy the graphical style. I know a lot of people aren't into anime or the arcade style visuals where it's kind of over the top and things like that, and I totally get that. But I do enjoy those kinds of graphics and visuals and things like that, so it appeals to me. But if you are interested in backing them, there is 21 days left for you to back, and I will leave a link for you down in the description below. But with that, I want to ask you guys, what did you think of the games this week? Was there any that I didn't include that you felt should have been included, or were there ones that I did include that you didn't think deserved to be mentioned at all? Let me know in the comment section down below. Otherwise, if you guys enjoyed the video, click that like button. If you want to see more of my videos, you can check out my channel. I do videos every single day. And if you are interested in seeing my future videos, including Kickstarter Roundup, which is every Saturday, then consider clicking that nice red subscribe button and be notified whenever I put new videos out. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!